Welcome back. So today I thought I would take you through my shoulder routine. So I've got a small shoulder injury that I'm just being very cautious with, and it's a little bit of a rotator cuff injury. So I'm going to take you through my at-home prescription from my physical therapist on what I need to do to help rehab that shoulder issue. So I do not have a rotator cuff tear. So if you want to follow along, I welcome you to. If you've got an extreme amount of pain, you think you've got a rotator cuff tear, I would go seek out a physician or your own physical therapist and have that analyzed and see what you need to do instead. You may need surgery, maybe not, but in any case, if there are any questions, take it seriously and go get a professional opinion. So let's start today. We're going to start on the floor. We're going to need, I'm going to start out with a foam roller. I'm going to have a block, a TheraBand, and a couple of small balls. It can be tennis balls. So if you've got a couple of tennis balls, I want those two balls in a sock so that they're together. And then lastly, a small weight, so 1 or 2 pounds. So let's go ahead and get started. Get down to the floor. I am going to start with a very simple exercise where we're going to start laying down on the floor. And so you're going to lay down and hands on the floor, shoulders are spread wide so that you feel your shoulder blades flat on the floor, and you're going to press your palms down into the floor and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax, and press again. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. Press 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. And last one, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. You flip your palms over so your back of your hands are now on the floor, and we're going to do this all over again. So spreading the shoulder blades wide, feel them on the floor. Your shoulders are rolled back, so you're open across the chest, and you press the backs of your hands into the floor. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. And 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. Okay, so now we're going to bend the elbows, fingertips pointing straight up to the ceiling, and now we're going to press the elbows and the backs of the arms down into the floor. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. And 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. And 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, so you're going to grab a block, and you're going to take it between the palms, knees bent, so feet are on the floor, and you're going to lightly press and squeeze the block. You're going to take that block overhead to where your limit is, and then back up. And we'll do that 10 times. So this is 2, 3, and 4. So when I said limit, take it to where you, where you're starting to feel any discomfort or pain, and you don't go any further. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, and we'll set this aside. And next we grab a TheraBand. Now I have a TheraBand that is a loop, but you could do the same if it's just a long one continuous band. You just tie it in a knot, and then make it about just shy of shoulder width apart, so that you can have a little bit of resistance across that band. So I'm going to take it, you can take it up at your wrists, or I'm going to just take it just a little bit lower, around my forearm. And again, you're going to take those elbows down to the floor. So I'll have to pull that up a little bit. Take it down to the floor, press the elbows down into the floor, and then you're going to pull the band wide and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. And 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. Shoulder blades are wide. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. And then last one, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, you might need to shake that out a little bit. Okay, so the band again will stay between the arms, and this time we're going to go overhead. And for me, in this particular range of motion with my arms pressing outward on something, I do have a little bit more range of motion. So one of the things to do is tuck your chin so that you're looking towards your knees, and then overhead. 1, and back up. And 2. And 3. 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And last one, 10. Okay, so band, you can set that aside. And so next, I'm going to take my 2 balls that I have. These are just kind of a rubbery ball that have come in a a carrier, a mesh carrier. You can take, like I said, 2 tennis balls, put them in a sock. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it right behind myself so that the balls are on either side of my spine. And you might want to be just a little cautious of this. This could be it can be intense. And so if it is intense, just go very lightly, or grab your foam roller and do a foam roller instead. So I can demonstrate that. I'll demonstrate this first, and then I can demonstrate that second. So I've got this placed at about my bra strap. So that would be approximately near the lower tip of the shoulder blade. So I'm going to hold my head, and I'm just going to first place my weight into the balls so that I can just get acclimated to what's going on back there with the tissue and the muscles and the tenseness and all of that. So I'm going to take my hands, elbows towards the ceiling, and then I'm going to just kind of do a little roll, back bend over those balls, maybe rest the head on the floor, and then come back up. You're just giving yourself a light massage. I shouldn't say light because it's a little bit intense. Now, I've been doing this almost every night for a couple of weeks, so I have now gotten used to it. The first night I did this, I could barely do anything other than just touch the balls. Okay, so I rolled up a little bit, so I'm a little tiny closer to the head, and now I'm really feeling it right in between my shoulder blades, and I definitely have a sore spot, a knot on the inside of one of my shoulder blades. So I'm just trying to, work that out every day, so that one of these days it'll finally release. Okay, and then I'm going to roll just a little bit further towards the neck, and then again, just moving back and forth. And again, if this is too intense, set the balls aside and either skip this entirely, or we'll move on to the foam roller, and I'll show you what you can do instead. So I'm going to take one tiny roll again up towards the neck and just continue on. Okay, and then if you find a spot and it feels like it needs a little work, just do some micro movements there. And you can even take, a different movement, maybe side to side. Your spine wants to move. It wants to move in all directions. And this is probably one of the reasons I have this shoulder problem. I have a very tight upper back, thoracic spine, and it's from many years now of, working and at a desk, even though I wouldn't say that I've always, 8 or 10 hours at a desk. I've never had a job that I've been that stationary, but it's enough to have caused some of these problems for me. Not enough thoracic spine movement, and I probably I've inherited a little bit of stiffness. My dad's very, very stiff, so I have that genetically. So next step, if you don't want to do the balls, you grab your foam roller, and you can do this a couple of different things. First of all, you can just massage your back out, and best thing to do is take your hands behind your head, drop your head into your hands so that you're not using your neck muscles at all. You just drop your head back, you lift your derriere up, and then you reach those elbows up towards the ceiling so that you've got all of the tissue in your back is available to be massaged out by this foam roller. So you can move up and down the spine, and you can move over to one side and work one side only, or just right up and down the middle. Either one works great. I feel, even on this foam roller, I feel that knot that I've got right at the inside, the medial side of the shoulder blade there. I could just roll here. It feels really good. Okay, so now let's take the hips back down to the floor. Come to where your like bra strap is at your back, and again, take the elbows, point them up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to do a little back bend over the foam roller, and then come back up, and baby back bend over the foam roller, and back up, and one more, and lift back up. Okay, so now we're going to roll that foam roller just a little bit towards the neck, so just a tiny bit. So now we're about the middle of the shoulder blades, and we're going to roll back, back bend over the foam roller, and then come back up, and then back bend over, and back up, and again, and back up. Okay, roll up just a little bit more, just a micro roll up, and then back bend over the foam roller, and come back up, and 2, and up, last one, 3, and come on up. Okay, so we're going to take this foam roller now, and we're going to face it in the other direction. So now we're lengthwise with the mat. Sit on the very end, and then you're going to carefully place your hands on the floor and lower yourself back so that you've got your head supported on the foam roller, and make sure that your feet are wide so that you've got your balance on your foam roller. Adjust yourself so you feel comfortable. Take your arms up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to reach the fingertips towards the ceiling, protracting the shoulders. So that means the shoulders coming up and towards the ceiling. And now you're going to take and you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together like you're hugging that foam roller. And then lift up towards the ceiling, 2, and then squeeze. Lift 3, and squeeze, and 4, squeeze, 5, squeeze, 6, squeeze, 7, squeeze, 8, and squeeze, 9, squeeze, and 10, squeeze. Okay, so now we've got the arms up. We're just going to take the arms one down and one up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I'll take the palms up towards the ceiling, bend the elbows, and let your arms open. Elbows come down, and then you're going to bring the hands to meet overhead. And then 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. This is a really good one because of all of the things that we do, looking down towards our keyboard, down, at the computer, down at our phones. We spend a lot of time looking down, which then has the head in that forward head motion where it's looking down, and then the shoulders tend to kind of follow and round forward. We don't do enough opening up the chest, so that is to help open up the chest. So now we're going to come off this foam roller very gently and cautiously. So I'm going to just kind of slip off to one side and set this aside entirely. So now we're going to grab our very, very light weight. So you're going to use 1 or 2 pounds. All I've got is 2, but I would prefer 1 pound. But this does work. It's okay. So you could grab a pillow. You know what? I might take my block just to help support my head. So I'm going to take my block here, put my head on this block as a head support. And then I'm going to take this arm. So this is my arm that is injured. So you're going to take the thumb up and you're going to lift the arm up to the ceiling and then back down. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. And you might keep your spare hand, your left hand, at your shoulder. What we don't want to do is find that the shoulder is pressing forward or up to the ear. We want to keep that shoulder rolled back, and having that thumb pointing up will help that. But sometimes, like I notice if I don't have my hand here, that it can creep forward, and I think that's either a bad habit or is trying to guard against hurting. Okay, so we've done 10. So now keeping the hand straight up towards the ceiling, we're going to lower towards the floor, palm facing the floor, and then lift back up. Again, keep that opposite hand at the shoulder. 2. And 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10. Bend the elbow. Bring that elbow to rest right here on your side, and then we're going to lower the hand down. And 1. Nice and slow, down, and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, you're going to rest for just a moment, and then we're going to hold that position for approximately 30 seconds. So we're going to hold 1. Keeping that shoulder back and tight in the armpit, like you're clamping the back side of your armpit down. Okay, and relax. And let's do that a second time. Roll that shoulder back. Okay, relax. My arm's getting tired. Okay, last one. So what I found is these exercises are not only good for the arm that I'm rehabbing, but they're really good for the arm that's feeling perfectly fine. So whenever you have a slight imbalance or small injury, you want to make sure that you are doing both sides, so that you're trying to maintain some sort of balance there. So we're going to be done with this side, and we're going to go straight over to the other side. So just turn around, and we'll start with thumb up. And 1, 2, 3, keep that shoulder rolled back, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and lower down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bend the elbow and lower 1. Keep the shoulder rolled back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're almost done, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's rest for just a moment, and then we're going to hold for approximately 30 seconds. So squeezing the back side of that armpit and keeping the shoulder rolled back. Okay, relax. And again. And remember to breathe. Roll that shoulder back. And okay, relax. The shoulders or arm is getting tired too. Okay, last one. And again, remind yourself to roll that shoulder back and then just squeeze that backside of the shoulder and the armpit area. We're strengthening that area. Okay, and then let's lower that down. And we're going to come all the way back up. And the last thing is going to be a stretch. So we're going to get into child's pose, and we're going to take a stretch from side to side, first in the center and then reaching out to each side. If child's pose is not manageable for your knees, you can't get down to the floor, then let me demonstrate. I'm going to bring this chair over. And let's pretend this chair, use this chair, or I'm going to use this like this is my countertop. So I'm going to take a step back and first start in the center. So we're stretching both arms, and we should feel a stretch all the way down through here. That is where we want to get that stretch. And from here, if you're in child's pose, your arms are straight forward. And now in child's pose, you're going to walk your hands over to the left. So if you're on the counter or using your chair, you're going to walk your hands over to the left and then take your right ribs and reach this direction, reach the right ribs to the right, and you'll find an even greater stretch right through here. And that's what we want. We're looking to stretch that whole area out, and then take some deep breaths. And you may even be able to get your waist and your hips to reach back further, and reaching your rib cage further to the right. Okay, let's come back to center for just a moment, kind of reset. Okay, now reach the hands over to the right, walk them over to the right, and take your left rib cage and reach the left rib cage to the left. You're kind of creating that arc, and you should really feel that stretch all along the left side. Deep breaths, and maybe that the hips can reach even further back. Okay, let's come back to center. So walk your hands right back to center. We want to end on a symmetrical pose. So reaching the arms forward and the hips back. Relax the neck. Okay, and then if you're in child's pose, you can just walk the hands up to sitting, and then if you're at the chair or countertop, you just walk forward. And we are done with our shoulder rehab session. So like I said earlier, if you've got a slight injury, all of us that are active all of the time, we're gonna run into these things where we'll have a slight injury for a little while. We just have to work through it. And of course, we want to minimize injuries, but they do happen. They just do. And I want to help you learn from some of my mistakes and some of my potentially bad habits. Some of those bad habits are just purely sitting. Sitting is the enemy of all of us, so we need to get up and move. So this is a good thing to do. If you are, whether you're injured or not, just get up and move, and your spine wants to move and twist. Those shoulder blades, they want to move in all directions, otherwise they'll just get stuck there on your back. So get up and move. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time.